Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pillar Sports, and today we are talking about Tyler Adams and his move, or maybe move, to Manchester United. Of course, this is going to be a transfer rumor. This is not something that has happened yet or something that will happen. It's a conversation about Tyler Adams and his possibility of leaving Bournemouth in going to Old Trafford. Now, this situation starts today because, of course, we all know the big three. We know the big three that Manchester United are targeting, but of course, it will be remiss of Manchester United to not understand that they probably would not be able to get three of those players because their goal is to get two central starting midfielder for Manchester United next summer. Now, it is said that it could happen in January if they get an opportunity for a big ticket item. But however, I truly believe, based on the financials that we saw Manchester United today, we lost about £0.2 million. I do not believe that Manchester United are going to get those big ticket items this January. I don't believe that. And so with that, an opportunity might be had. An opportunity might pop up. An opportunity might be created. The likes of Conor Gallagher. The likes of now Tyler Adams. Now, this is the key part about this situation. Manchester United is being reported by Ben Jacobs that they do love Tyler Adams and the intangible attributes that he brings to his team. The leadership, the love of self, the love of the game, the love of understanding how to play and understanding how to be coachable. Those things Manchester United love about him. And so we are going to be looking at what is the report, and we are basically going to react to them, and I will tell you what Tyler Adams look like in a Manchester United's midfield. First things first, it says, Man United like Tyler Adams' character. He is well liked by his teammates and his leadership qualities that are expected to show up in the World Cup. This was from Ben Jacobs. He goes on and says, a new name that Manchester United are looking at is Tyler Adams. There is a possibility that he leaves in 2026. That could be in January and that could be in the summer. But he says, more likely the summer. Adams turns 27 next year and while the aim is lower than the average age in the midfield, he is expected to be more affordable. This right here is the key part about Tyler Adams. That right there is the key part about Tyler Adams, because when you look at what he brings to a team, he's already a talent and he's now experienced in the Premier League on how to actually play for a Premier League side. We already saw what he did against Sunderland, if I'm not mistaken. A beautiful goal from 47 yards, literally getting past the center circle. He slaps the ball perfectly over the goalkeeper Ruffles, and he gets into the back of the net. We already saw that, and so we know he's a talented midfielder. Someone that can play a box-to-box role, somebody that can also play a number 6 role. But what is he compared to the likes of Elliot Anderson? What is he compared to the likes of Carlos Baleba? What is he compared to the likes of Adam Wharton? That is what we are going to be answering to you guys today. And without further ado, let's get into that particular aspect, because the good thing about this situation is that we have all the data. We have watched them. I've not watched Bournemouth or Tyler Adams as much because he's not a starting player for them right now. However, we already know, and we know for a fact, that he is a talented one. So let's start with Elliot Anderson and comparing him with Elliot Anderson. This is more of the defensive side. No, let's not start with Elliot Anderson, because Elliot Anderson might be the best of the best of the best of the rest when it comes to what we want in a team. Let's go with Crystal Palace, and then with Crystal Palace we look at Adam Wharton, and then after Adam Wharton we are going to look at Carlos Baleba, and we're going to look at this season. Of course, you guys know my preference when it comes to the 2 players and the 3 players, but let's start with Tyler Adams and Adam Wharton, and then we'll go from there. So Tyler Adams, we will be looking at what his tackles look like. What Tyler Adams looks like in the tackles, we are looking at 35 tackles, which is in the 90th percentile That is absolutely amazing for somebody that is in the height of around what we're looking in the height 5'9". Dude is very, very aggressive on the ball. He knows how to make those tackles and he's very aggressive. When you look at him in comparison to Adam Wharton, you are looking at tackles in defending a lot better than Adam Wharton. Tyler Adams is 32, Adam Wharton is 20 per game. That's the difference. You understand? That right there is the difference, and it's truly a huge difference, to be honest. It is truly a huge difference for what we want in a defensive box-to-box to midfield situation. And when you look at Tyler Adams going into the next one, you're looking at duels won. And in the duels won, you look at the duels won against Tyler Adams versus Adam Wharton. And he beats Adam Wharton. Adam Wharton's duels won is 46, which is the 55 percentile, while Tyler Adams is 60 in the 90 or the 80 percentile. Truly remarkable. You then look at duels won percentage, 50% to duels won percentage for Adam Wharton, which is a 51%. So he's beating Adam Wharton in everything right now. And one of the key things that I want us to look at is basically the ball recoveries and the duels and basically the passing forward, because we need them to be able to do those things. So ball recoveries and duels are the key part. Also, aerial duels are absolutely crucial in this situation too. So Adam Wharton is going on, I think, what's his height? His height is 182 centimeters, and Tyler Adams is 5'9". You understand? Adams' aerial duels is 14, and that is in the 43.8 percentile. While Adam Wharton's aerial duels, which is just for his height, he should be better, is 5 in the 26.3 percentile. That is just ridiculous. The one thing that he's really good at is the interceptions. So he knows how to read the games, and the ball recovery, which is 62, which is in the 85 percentile. Now for Tyler Adams, in the interceptions is 21, in the 96.3 percentile. He is better in those ones too than Adam Wharton, and the recovery is 61, which Adam Wharton is 62, which is basically a tad bit better than Tyler Adams. And then when you look at the attacking prowess and what he can do moving forward, successful passes we're looking at in the 87.1 percentile. I would love that to be in the 90s because he's in the midfield, but that's fine in that situation. Long balls, he's in the 72 percentile, and successful passes, he's in the 85 percentile. For Adam Wharton, in this successful passes, this is where Adam Wharton absolutely should be better. But the successful pass percentage is 20%. So that's the 80.6% for Adam Wharton. And the successful passes is in the 60 percentile. But accurate long balls, 31%. Absolutely blows him out of the park. Expected assist is 2.46, blows him out of the park. So, of course, with this, you guys can make a decision on who you want. But personally, based on the numbers and what we are seeing, Tyler Adams looks a better player. He looks a better player right now. Now let's look at Carlos Baleba. Now Carlos Baleba is one person that is fully defensive, but we know for a fact that he's defensive, and what he has come into in this season due to the midfield, due to the injuries and the lack of preseason, has affected his total numbers. But he is definitely lacking in almost everything. You understand? So I'm not going to go deep into that. But the main guy is Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson is beating them on everything. Elliot Anderson ball recovery is in the 100 percentile. 126%. 126 times, you get me? Fouls committed, 19. Duels, 117 in the 100 percentile. You understand? Tackles, 42 in the 96 percentile. Dude is just ridiculous when it comes to what he's doing. Aerial duels 1 in the 80 percentile. And then you look at the passing and going forward. Successful passes, 888 in the 100 percentile. Expected assist, 1.82 in the 93 percentile. And then you look at accurate long balls, because Rúben Amorim absolutely loves switching the passes, switching the plays, going from flank to flank. So whoever is going to play in that midfield absolutely needs to have those attributes. And when you look at that, you're looking at accurate long balls of 48, which is in the 96th percentile. So without further ado, we already know that when it comes to the numbers, Elliot Anderson this season has to be the guy. Of course, I have my own opinion. My opinion is Carlos Baleba. We scouted Carlos Baleba for a reason, and Carlos Baleba is my guy. I believe he has to be the number one person to come to Manchester United this summer. However, Elliot Anderson and Carlos Baleba together will be absolutely made in heaven. Elliot Anderson or Carlos Baleba and Angelo Stiller, made in heaven. Now, Tyler Adams, if it is in January that we are bringing Tyler Adams in to shore up the defense, I will take it. Or shore up the midfield, I will take it because he's a talented guy and the leadership absolutely jumps up a notch when he steps up in the 18-yard, in the dressing room. But if it's in the summer, I believe we have better people to go to. I believe we have better players to go on. And I believe we have better talents to go get to dominate Premier League. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this. I've basically broken down and I've basically said it in this situation. Tyler Adams, in this situation, we know how good he is. We know that he's a talented player, very, very combative, very, very aggressive in making tackles, but also very calm on the ball and can create chances from nothing. However, we are looking for an upside. Carlos Baleba, 20 or 22. Elliot Anderson, 21, I'll be 22. Angelo still at 21. You see the numbers, it has such a high ceiling. For Tyler Adams, it has to be something that we can get in January to make sure that we get Champions League football in order for us to be able to get the likes of Elliot Anderson and Carlos Baleba. That is the way I would look at it. And that is the way I would say that Tyler Adams coming into Manchester United will make absolute sense. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that follow button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.